The NFL season is finally upon us, and since I am a basketball creator, I thought it'd be super fun to take a look into some NFL stars you did not know were actually good at basketball. From star quarterbacks being first team All-State to Pro Bowl offensive linemen being their state's player of the year, I promise you there are plenty of players in this video you will never have known were good at basketball. Now we have about 25 players in all here, so stick with it as we dive right in with some honorable mentions. Although football was by far his best sport, being player of the year, with baseball being second, getting drafted in the 37th round of the 2014 MLB draft, Patrick Mahomes was no slouch when it came to basketball in high school. In his lone varsity season as a junior, he averaged 19.9 points per game, 3.4 assists per game, and 6.7 rebounds, along with 4 steals a game. The dude just your classic example of an all-around athlete. Next, we have another young rising star QB in CJ Stroud, who played his high school basketball in California at the school Rancho Cucamonga. And his high school basketball coach, Bill Burke, said his first love was always basketball. Check out this insane buzzer beater CJ Stroud had versus Jaime Jaquez. The dude was a bucket. Next up, we have Cooper Kupp, who guarded Zach LaVine in the Washington State playoffs back in the early 2010s. This is what LaVine had to say about Cooper. They had the best team that year, and they ended up winning the state championship. We played them in the first round at state. He had no idea who he was, a little white dude guarding him, and they straight up kicked their ASS. Cooper's senior year at Davis High School, they were 23-2, and like I said, they won the Washington State 4A championship. That's it for honorable mentions. Now let's get into guys that either were all-staters or had Division I offers. All right, boys, the wait is over. NFL Sundays are right around the corner again. And today I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you a deal you cannot miss. Here's how it works. New customers that bet just $5 will get $300 in bonus bets instantly, plus $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. It's simple. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code Hardwood, and place your first $5 bet. And you can use your bonus bets on anything, same game parlays, even live in-game betting. Plus, with that $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll be able to catch every single touchdown all season long. So don't wait, download the DraftKings Sportsbook today. Bet $5, score $300 in bonus bets, and $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket. Remember to use promo code Hardwood at sign up. Thanks to DraftKings for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it. Starting with longtime Packer and current Viking NFL running back Aaron Jones. Back in El Paso in 2011, Aaron Jones and his twin brother Alvin both lit it up on the basketball court for Burgess High School in El Paso. Aaron averaged 17.9 points per game and 10.6 rebounds per game in his senior year. Although they wouldn't make it to the state championship, he would go on to play at UTEP, both football and basketball for his freshman season before pursuing only football. And what's crazy is supposedly this wasn't even planned. UTEP had 3 to 4 guards kicked off their team in early January, and twin brothers Aaron and Alvin, already playing on the football team with scholarships, decided they were going to play. Although Aaron didn't really play that much, just 5 to 6 minutes a game, and didn't really score. Next up, we have Nico Collins, who stopped playing basketball in high school, but before he did, he played on the AAU circuit, such as Nike's EYBL's Peach Jam in Atlanta, and drew interest from several schools like TCU and NC State. Hailing from Pinson, Alabama for Clay Chalkville High School. I couldn't find anything with his stats, but it looks like after his sophomore season, he was forced to quit basketball and pursue just football. Even though basketball was his first love, he got offers from Alabama and Auburn. Next up, Garrett Wilson, star receiver for the Jets, was an incredible basketball player in high school. According to Max Preps in Austin, Texas for Lake Travis High School, he averaged 17.7 points per game his sophomore year of high school. What's even crazier is Garrett Wilson is 6 feet tall, and Rick Barnes offered him a basketball scholarship before football offers rolled in. Supposedly at AAU events, multiple offers were on the table for Garrett if he could tell those coaches he wanted to play basketball in college. But Garrett smartly decided that was not a future for him at 6 feet tall, although he was an absolute bucket. Lastly, I forgot to mention he was also All-State as a sophomore. A story that's almost never told in the current NFL is that star Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans was an unbelievable high school basketball player. At 6'4", he wanted to play both in college. He didn't even play football until his senior year. I mean, it makes sense looking at Mike Evans' NFL career. He goes up and gets every jump ball. The dude averaged 19 points per game and 9 rebounds as a senior in Galveston, Texas for Ball High School. And as you're seeing his highlights, you can just see the dude flat out balled. He also claims to have gotten 30 offers from small to big time schools, including Texas, VCU, and Wichita State. It would have been incredibly interesting to see Mike Evans in the NBA or even just college basketball. It's also crazy to think at 6'4", he was still a point guard. Basketball players are huge. As we continue in this tier of guys that either got D1 offers or even played college basketball, next up we have Drake London, wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. And just like Mike Evans, you can tell he's a basketball player by the way he goes up and gets balls in the NFL. While he was at USC, actually, he was on the basketball team as a freshman. He didn't really play much, but he also didn't get to join the team until after the new year, playing just in 3 games. He didn't score a point, but he did total 3 rebounds. But in high school, Drake was insane. At Moore Park High School in California, as a senior, he averaged 29.2 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2.4 steals, and 2 blocks a game. Another NFL wide receiver who just had his best year ever last year and is looking to build on that this year that played college basketball was Cortland Sutton. As a freshman at SMU, he walked on to the basketball team. Because he played basketball at SMU as well, he didn't join the team either until January 28th, but he did appear in 3 games. He knocked down a 3 and had 2 rebounds in 4 minutes of game action. In high school, hailing out of Brenham, Texas, he averaged 15.2 points per game and 10.2 rebounds as a senior. And I guess we'll just continue the trend of 6'4" NFL wide receivers playing college basketball. Next up, we have Keon Coleman, who's probably the best college basketball player on this list. So Keon played college basketball at Michigan State while playing football. Tom Izzo actually recruited him to play basketball, and he got a D1 basketball offer from Virginia Tech. However, it is incredibly hard to commit to 2 sports in college. You miss a lot of time prepping for the basketball season playing on the football team, and so Keon didn't really play in his freshman season. Just played in 6 games, only 1.7 minutes per game. He did score 5 points total in his career. He would then play a second season at Michigan State before transferring to Florida State for football. But in high school, Keon Coleman was a dog. The dude averaged 33.5 points per game his senior year at Opelousas Catholic School in Louisiana, becoming a first-team All-State player. Plus, he averaged 26 as a junior and 23 as a sophomore. Joe Burrow was an incredible basketball player as well. You clicked on this video, you saw the thumbnail. The dude was a first-team All-Ohio point guard. We've all seen the photo of Joe in that classic LeBron James jersey, but according to himself, he was the LeBron James of his high school. His coach claimed he could have been a mid-major to high mid-major type of basketball player at the next level. And remember, he is 6'4", so he has size to him. As a senior, he averaged 19 points per game, 6 rebounds, and shot a whopping 40% from 3, hitting 69 threes in 24 games. Just a couple more guys left on our list here. Next up is one that may shock you. Not many people know. Brian Thomas Jr. was an unbelievable high school basketball player. According to 247 Sports, he had offers from both Florida and Texas A&M. Plus, he led his school, Walker High School in Walker, Louisiana, to their first ever state championship. Keep in mind, he did this as a freshman, would go on to play basketball for 2 more seasons in high school, scoring 1,000 plus points in all 3 of his seasons, while being recruited by schools like Texas A&M. And I forgot to mention, he scored 20 points and 8 boards in that freshman year state championship game, being named most outstanding player. They'd make the state title game again as a sophomore, but lose. He scored 29 points and 8 rebounds. Unfortunately, there's no points per game data for Brian Thomas's yearly numbers. What a baller. In my opinion, the 3 best players on this list, however, are these final 3 guys of the video. Colts defensive tackle and 4-time Pro Bowler DeForest Buckner. DeForest was named Hawaii Gatorade Player of the Year in high school, going 28-2, winning a state tournament, being co-MVP, and having 2.7 blocks per game. Unfortunately, and maybe somehow indirectly fortunately, since he's a 3-time or 4-time Pro Bowler in the NFL now, DeForest Buckner had an ankle injury after getting shoved in the back on a dunk in an AAU tournament before his junior season. And after that, he changed his mind and said he was going to put more of his mindset on football with his future. Speaking of Pro Bowlers, on the offensive side of the ball, right tackle Brian O'Neill for the Minnesota Vikings, a 2-time Pro Bowler, was also Player of the Year in high school and won a state championship too in the state of Delaware. What's insane is Dante DiVincenzo, Wolves guard, is his high school teammate. He averaged 13.5 points per game, 8.2 rebounds. Their school, he led to a 22-2 record, their first ever state championship. Brian O'Neill was a stud, also Defensive Player of the Year in football. You got to remember, these guys are incredible athletes. Finally, the last player on this list is DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver for so many different teams, most notably the Houston Texans. As a sophomore for the Daniel Lions in South Carolina, he averaged 20.1 points per game, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. He was named the All Mountain Lakes Player of the Year and the 3A All-State First Team. After that season, DeAndre got offers from the University of Florida, Wake Forest, and South Carolina, plus a bunch of other schools were very interested. The way his high school coach put it was schools approached them saying, if he decides to play basketball, we'll take him, but they backed off because of football. As a junior, he averaged 18.8 points per game, almost 7 assists, almost 5 rebounds, and 3.4 steals. Basketball was always DeAndre's first love. DeAndre even loved football so much, his freshman year at Clemson decided to walk onto the basketball team after the football season as well. He didn't play too much, just 10 minutes in about 7 games, scored no points, but Clemson coach Brad Brownwell said he would have figured out if basketball was his sole focus. And there you have it. NFL stars you never knew were incredible at basketball. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thankful for NFL season to be back and excited for the NBA season right around the corner. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, see you on the hardwood.